includes approving the previous minutes as drafted from the Thursday, August 22nd, 2013 regular session meeting, scheduling the next regular session for Monday, September 23rd, 2013 at 6 p.m. at City Council chambers. That change was approved at the August 22nd, 2013 regular session. And approval of liquor licensing renewal for Carol's Flower Box, 116 2nd Avenue Northwest of North Island. A motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved to approve. Second.
Motion by Diana, second by Ralph to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Staff reports. Fire Chief Wilkinson, I don't believe this was Police Chief Schaefer.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. Nuisance enforcement, we continue with that from September 1st to the 12th. We have 5 nuisance letters that we have served. Of those, 5 of them are closed. We had 10 nuisance CRs, which those would be included, which 7 are closed and 3 are still open. Along with that, we had a couple that we had gone to court on and written citations on and had a court order to have cleaned up. And they did get those cleaned up before the city had to do that for them. Assessed. So, well, to a certain extent, we did have 2 vehicles that were towed, and those did get taken care of. They're no longer in the impound where they were towed to. And from what I understand, there's also another vehicle that was on the property that we sent another nuisance letter out on a different deal that he's going to be getting rid of that vehicle also.
Was that prior to actually going to the court?
That was after we went through the court proceedings.
Oh, after, okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, and the court said if you clean it up by this date, or they will, and he didn't. Well, he did most of it, but he didn't get the vehicles taken care of, so. Okay. I'd also like to introduce our new officer, Dave Kelly. Dave, he's had 15 years law enforcement experience, and I believe he'll be a great addition to the department.
I'm like the chief said, I've been in law enforcement for 15 years now. Started out at the Sarasota County Jail for a year. I was 2 years at Rockwell PD as chief there, single officer town. Then I went to Floyd County for 12 years there, before coming here. I've got a wife and 3 boys. All the boys are married now and 5 grandchildren.
I'd also like to thank Captain Hilton for his 38 years dedicated service to the citizens of Hampton and also the Hampton Police Department. I wish him well in his retirement, and he will definitely be missed. He says that he isn't going to come around, but I got the sneaking suspicion that he's going to be in there from time to time. So.
Well, good evening again. So, first of all, I'd like to say something. You know, I felt all along that Hampton was a great community to go ahead and live in. The people are, on the most part, very friendly and welcoming. Good place to raise a family. It's got an excellent school system. You know, I'm proud to have my daughter in one of the schools here because we are one of the best school systems that I think in the state of Iowa. We've got supported businesses, which is excellent. It's been my pleasure to have served with the community here for about the past 38 years. And I'd like to thank the council for all the work that they've done and are continuing to do to make the city a better place to live. It's a hard job, and I certainly appreciate all that you people have done. And I feel good about retiring. You know, 66 years old here tomorrow, and it's my time to go ahead and let the younger ones go ahead and take over. You've got an excellent chief, Bob Schaefer, excellent choice and stuff there for the chief. You're going to be in good hands with him. All the employees that the city has couldn't do any better. great bunch of people to work with. I wish you all, very best, and thank you.
Are you gonna let your wife retire, Tim?
Doug John.
Thank you, Mayor. Captain Hilton, thanks a lot. He's always answered some questions for me when I've had them, from the code enforcement standpoint of things, and he's always been, very much appreciated from me, I know. Basically, any questions or concerns about anything, right now? Basic biggies, the alley improvement project's been completed, and I've actually got some positive feedback on that, and I'm personally pretty happy about, the work that was completed there. So, Heartland Asphalt was in and out in a few days, and, got them on their way, worked real good with the businesses, we got door hangers out, plus made phone calls, and, I think all in all, the project went well, and unless you guys heard differently, I've gotten positive feedback, so any questions or concerns?
I did have one question on the alley project, and concern over what appears to be loose gravel on top of the tar, and how that will affect us as grading happens when the winter time comes around for snow removal.
It's kind of designed to do that a little bit. What'll happen is eventually over time, that loose gravel that is on top a little bit, that is gonna wear off and it's gonna come off. As far as snow plowing on, we're just gonna have to try to be careful, raise the blades a little, try not to scrape it real hard. That's catch-22, we'll raise the blades, someone will complain that we left an inch or two of snow, how come you didn't do it different, or we'll scrape it off, someone's gonna say we scraped too much off. We'll do our best, that's about all I can say with that. But in time, that's the way this process is designed. As time goes on, you'll see it'll start darkening, it'll get darker and darker, eventually it'll start looking like asphalt a little bit, because the gravel on top will eventually sink in a little bit too, and become part of that surface. But the second application really gets going if you do that, and we choose to, 5-7 years down the road, we're going to. But just gonna have to try to be careful, that's all we can do.
What our cost on a block of blacktop, resurfacing blacktop has been $15,000, now it's up to $20,000 more. What was the cost of a block to do this?
To do that? Oh gosh, I don't. It was bid out on the square yards, but we did 5 blocks. And I think total bill was right around 12,000 maybe. So I can't either, Dick. I can get you that
Substantially
information.
less.
Oh heavens, yes, yeah, quite a bit less. I'd like to see how it wears this winter. They are susceptible to frost boils. You can get those. We live in the Midwest. We know that. But the nice part about it is, though, is our Durapatch machine is probably one of the best investments, in my opinion, that we've ever made. If we do get a little bit of a pothole in this, our emulsion and our process with that Durapatch machine will adhere to that process as well. So we do have a patching mechanism that's readily available, and so I think that's also a benefit to us. So I'm anticipating myself requesting to do more in the future. As we move forward here, but let's see after, once we get into the winter months and see how it goes. And I know a lot of communities utilize this for their roads. This day and age where rural communities under that 5,000 mark, we're hard pressed always to find dollars for roads. And when we have to make that dollar stretch as far as we have to, and given that we get it feels like less every year, but it may not be the case. But nonetheless, it may be an option we look at down the road, and maybe it's a solution for other roads that are gravel, such as 11th Street Southeast, maybe 10th Street, maybe South Federal. The only thing is just keep in mind that this type of process isn't extremely conducive for heavy trucks, which on South Federal, we have a business on there that gets a lot of steel loads and different things like that. I'm not sure this would be the best application for that, but nonetheless, I think 10th Street might not be bad, and some other areas So definitely one that fits our price point at times, but, you know, I'm not gonna say it's the catch-all and end all of things, but, definitely something to consider down the road.
I have a couple of pool questions. When do you anticipate getting like a final report for this summer as far as attendance, finances?
We actually, well, finances, we're probably a good month, 2 months, maybe out, Jim, on that. But there was a report given, Bradley came at the workshop Monday. He just kind of gave the verbal on how things
I want a
went.
written report,
So-
like compared with last year's figures, if we
Oh,
could.
yeah.
I think you did something like that before, haven't you?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
have.
that's
it.
what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. I know
Okay.
it was here.
I won't have revenue, but, or I won't have expenditure, but I have the revenue in that, and I can have that in your box tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, gosh.
But I
Why don't
can't
you
get
just do it tonight then? No, I'm just.
If you'd like, I'll go make copies.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
And then,
I
what
do,
are-
I have them.
And, when, the pool's heated, correct?
Yes, sir.
Has the heat always, had it always been run like those really hot days? Did they heat the pool at that time?
Basically, the heaters are turned on and they're on demand. So if there's no demand for it,
Okay.
the heaters shut off.
Okay.
So,
I had
yeah.
somebody just ask something and then I just wanted to clarify
Right.
that with you, so.
Yep, pretty high tech, but yeah, they're on
Okay.
demand, so if they're not needed, they shut right off.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Anything else for Rick?
Thank you.
Thanks. Rob?
Just want to thank Captain Hilton for his years of service. Did a good job, had an impact on many people's lives, saved lives, and we appreciate everything you've done. And welcome to Dave Kelly. Appreciate you coming into our community and look forward to many years with you. So Jim, what time do you think you'll be in the PD tomorrow? Come for coffee or?
I think I won't be here.
Okay.
But I'll stop by every once in a while.
Have a good retirement.
Yeah, I intend to, so, thank you.
Dick?
Monday, I made mention that I did receive a comment about the dog swimming pool, and I hadn't had an opportunity to talk to that person, so I did talk with her. Her concern was that damage wasn't done to the pool, and I reassured her as we've been told that the filtering system was protected and that there weren't any issues with either people or dogs that were swimming there. So it was all right. It was just the idea of dogs swimming in a $3 million pool that was causing some concern, but I think she was fine with it. I'm glad that today we passed the third reading of disclosure of the alley for the library. Opens the door for them to do a really nice paving project and a recreational and area east of the library. I know they've got a big job ahead of them to raise the funds it's going to take to complete the project, but at least the door's open for them to use the property now. And I also, Jim, would like to thank you for 38 years, and you've done a great job for us. And Dave, nice to have an officer come on board that has 15 years experience, so we'll be glad to work with you.
Thank you.
Diane?
Just want to say thanks to Jim. Been nice to meet you and know you. And welcome to Dave, and I will get you a quarterly coffee for the chamber next week.
Val?
Me too, I'd like to say thanks to Jim, and you won't get rid of me too easy, because you're in my backyard, but thanks for everything, it's always been nice having you back there. Welcome to you, Dave, and I'll let you know which car is mine, so you know, just leave me alone. Running late, 'cause I'm always late. The other thing I wanted to just say.
She's joking.
I am joking. Yeah, a little joke there. I'm joking too. And now I'm embarrassed. And Michelle, I just want to tell you thank you. I've only been on the council for a year, and I'm still learning. And you know, I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I didn't get more involved with the city council and more of the activities with our community. And I just want you to know, I do really appreciate the fact that you were honest and you came up and you talked to us about it. And I wish more people would do that. I think it's really important. I had an issue about a year ago, and you know, it was very educational for me, but I was really glad that, you know, that you stepped up and talked to us about it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Steve is absent. Jim?
Well, welcome, Dave. And Jim, did you have any leftovers?
I have plenty of leftovers.
Oh, I love that. That was a good spread, just have to say, whoever
That was
did
a
it.
good party. I
And,
enjoyed that.
That's good. And Doug, I expect on that pool stats that we have a new column for number of dogs.
25.
Okay, good. So make sure that's on that report.
409.
And then, I'm on a little advisory group that helps set up like NIAC classes, and I suggested they do one where maybe gonna call it like curb appeal. They're gonna talk about giving tips and suggestions for lawn care and improvement. And I don't know if there might be an opportunity to share like the nuisance procedure and just share some of that information. I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna get set up as community education type of class, but I thought that might be a step to helping with the nuisance abatement and putting a positive twist to that too, as opposed to always maybe coming across negative, which it lends itself that way. So that's all I have.
Okay. My report tonight, I've got a couple of proclamations to take care of here. One is a mayoral proclamation to honor years of service to the citizens of Hampton, Iowa by Police Captain James Hilton. And I'll go ahead and read that. It says, whereas Captain James D. Hilton has served honorably as an officer of the peace in the city of Hampton, Iowa for 38 years. Whereas Captain James D. Hilton worked and earned his way up the ranking structure from sergeant to lieutenant and was promoted to captain in July 2004. And whereas Captain James D. Hilton has earned the trust and respect of his peers and the citizens for which he has served since first wearing the badge in 1975. And whereas Captain James D. Hilton has twice received meritorious awards and has been recognized for saving human lives. And whereas Captain James D. Hilton shall be commended for his professionalism, integrity, spirit of service to the city of Hampton and our residents. And whereas Captain James D. Hilton's dedication to his duty to serve and protect as a member of the Hampton Police Department will be missed by the entire Hampton community. Therefore, I am pleased to join with the people of the city of Hampton, Iowa, public staff, and members of the city council in celebrating and honoring Captain James D. Hilton for his years of service and retirement. Thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And a couple other things here. This is we have Constitution Week coming up next week. I met with the DAR earlier this week and took care of the annual Constitution Week proclamation. This one says, whereas it is the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate the 226th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution in the United States of America with appropriate ceremonies and activities, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore, I, Sean Dietz, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Hampton in the state of Iowa, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23rd, 2013 as Constitution Week in Hampton, and urge all our citizens to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused by the seal of city of Hampton, Iowa, to be affixed on this, it was the 10th day in the year of our Lord, 2013. So next week, Constitution Week. So get out your pocket constitutions and study, like I do all the time. I do, Jim knows. And I just want to mention, with Constitution Week coming up, we just had the September 11th anniversary here yesterday, and of course, I think we all, know and obviously remember where we were on those days, but I think it's honestly a good time for reflection, because as I talk to people, we have, shortly after that time, we were told we were hit because we're free. Well, if that's true, if you reflect back on 2001 and the year 2000 and the freedom that we felt then, do you feel more free today? I would guess not. And by that measure, I think we have to question who's winning the war on terror and the wisdom with what some of the decisions that are made at the federal level. That's a statement I have on my own. Thank you. I just want people to reflect on that. And I had a whole longer thing to go along with that, but I'll skip over that, because it'll get too much. And I just want to mention also the Communication Utility Board met this week, and they seem like a very motivated group. I understand they will be having a speaker at their next month's meeting. They're planning on meeting every month on the third Tuesday, is that right? Second Tuesday? Yeah, second Tuesday at 5:30, so I encourage everybody to come out and take part in those meetings as well. Another public entity looking to serve the citizens of Hampton. So with that, if there's nothing else, I'd call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
6:55. You are.
Well, I think it'd be pretty hard to understand what in the state of Iowa, like, somebody who's put in 38 years. Yeah, when you think back on it,